Welcome, dear viewers. I've got some epic Watari matches for y'all today, but I also have info about the next update that is gonna release in just a few days. I'll be explaining what we currently know whenever there's nothing really important happening currently in the match. So the update will be released on August 27th. There's two new roles being added, which are Xkira and Near. We got the new customization track and the new premium avatar like usual, but there's also one big surprise. Oh, my L player kinda used Vindicative when both of us were close to it, but that's not a big deal on Japanese servers. On a US server, you'd almost be guaranteed to get voted up, but a lot of people will straight up ignore it unless they're very close to it, so I'm not too worried. So the big surprise for the update is that they're adding a brand new 3D mode, which is gonna be basically third-person view. By the way, I just caught F being sus, but my L also just asked me to watch D, so I'm gonna try to go find him. So the new mode, instead of seeing everything top down like we currently do, you get a camera, like third person view from behind your character, so this is gonna change the gameplay a lot. I can't wait to see how it's gonna go down. If you want to see what it looks like, I posted the preview on a YouTube post and also on my Discord server. I'm still going around the map trying to find D, like my L player asked me to, but I'm still catching F being super sus. Normally, after all this, I'd be only focusing on F, but what I'm afraid of is that my L player asked me to watch D because he might have gotten his ID stolen from him, so I really want to find D to possibly pressure him into killing me if he is indeed holding the death note. So the highlight of the match is about to happen, but once that's done, I'll be explaining what we know about the two roles. I was still looking for D and being unsuccessful at finding him, but now we can see F is coming down my way. I noticed the dead body, so that's what attracts my attention. Now I'm like, he's not just gonna write my name in a room with a camera, right? But I was wrong, he does exactly just that. We saw that my L was quickly checking his scams and he was actually really close, so he decided to have a look for himself. So not only did L catch him in 4K, but he also catched him personally writing my name, so this Kira is gonna get cooked if he doesn't catch my L before the end of the day. While I'm busy shooting myself, everybody else is getting the Watari died notification. So I pretty much served my purpose. It's all in the hand of my L, who seems like he knows what he's doing. Also, D was simply AFK in the starting room, so that's why I couldn't find him. My L is running for his life, trying to beat the clock, and he does a nice little juke, and he is safe. Also, I'm pretty sure a whole bunch of people noticed that F was chasing after him, so he's definitely gonna be a prime suspect. Also, side note, but this death animation is pretty funny if you're using Mello skin. Without context, it just seems like I wanted to shoot someone and ended up dropping my gun and shooting myself like a dumbass. Alright, so I'll give a rundown on the new role, then I'll recap the meeting. First off is Xkira. This is an alternate role for Kira, similarly to how Follower and Spokesperson are alternate of each other. His gimmick is that he starts with no follower, but instead he gets the ability to convert somebody to follower during the meeting. He's also gonna have new Kira cards. There's more details that are at least partially speculation, but we have info from the leaks. You can check out my Discord if you want more info on that. Since the actual update is only a few short days away, I want to avoid spreading information that is not 100% confirmed pretty much. And the other role is Near. This one is an alternate to L. And he has an SPK tracker ability that will show you what room a specific player went into during the day. The only other thing we know for sure for Near is the money rain ability, like that iconic scene in the story. He also has new L cards, so that's gonna be one of them. Like I said, we do have a bunch more details and speculation from the leaks, but if you want to know about that right now, join my Discord server, links in the description. Otherwise, you just gotta wait a couple more days and we'll know for sure. So right now it seems my L is asking for the content of the dying message instead of just putting suspicion on F. The thing is that I actually forgot to mark F, so my dying message is indeed empty like J is saying. But this is actually very fortunate that I forgot because J is Mello, so if I had actually marked F, there's a pretty big chance that he would have gone and shot him, so this ended up working in our favor. I see though that my L is claiming that he picked it up and that F is suspicious. That is partially a lie, because I know that I did not mark him, but he is still telling the truth that F is indeed suspicious. There's just one big problem here, is that A is the actual reveal investigator and he pre-voted for J, so this could be bad. Thankfully, I think he realized this and he's hurrying up to actually use his power to sus F finally. I think my L didn't want to sus F too quickly to not make it obvious that he's L, which is actually a good idea if F managed to get away from him and he's not sure if he's still holding the book. We couldn't see ourselves because we had to watch our own death animation. So it's technically a smart move, but it's very dangerous if you're playing with newbies. So the votes are 2-2 for Kira and Mello right now. We got another vote for Kira from Mello, which is not something you usually want to do, but I really can't blame the guy here because he's probably the one that's getting voted if it's not F, and he might not have any clue if F is really Kira. I probably would have done the same if I was him, like you don't know if F is follower or if it's just a mistake. Unfortunately for him, he just gave us the victory, because we needed all the non-Kira players that had not voted yet to vote for F if we wanted to make it, because the other two pre-voted for J. This is why if you're on investigator team, you should never ever early vote. You always wait as much as you can for everybody to talk. The only exception to this is if you 100% know who is holding the book for sure, or if a confirmed role that has like that kind of info. Otherwise, just use your meeting time if you have it. If there was even one extra investigator that didn't wait and voted with J with the confirmed investigator, like we probably would have lost. And I think we were also very lucky that the other person that was about to get voted otherwise was Jay, who was Mello. Because if he wasn't afraid of getting voted up instead, he might have just skipped and we would have also been screwed. So confirm invest and G almost costed us the game here. Although I cannot blame G too much for voting along the confirm investigator, so it's really A that really made a very dangerous move. But yeah, there's no surprise for us here. We revealed the role, so we knew he was Kira for sure. Unfortunately for him, his Kira follower was AFK, so he did not really have any help, but it's kind of his fault for going aggressive like he was. Alright, we got more Watari matches coming up in this video, but let me know what you guys think of the new role and the new 3D mode. Well, the third-person perspective mode. And shout out to my L teammate here who played it really well. As much as I like serving my purpose as Watari and letting my team avenge me, there's quite nothing like solving the case all by myself. It's time for a Watari W. We don't have a room partner, which is alright by me, although I'd prefer if that was my L that had no partner. We're gonna keep an eye out for suspicious movement, but we're gonna go grab that package. Oh, indicative. Where will that spawn? Other side of the map? Perfect. My L is a bit close, but again, Japanese lobbies, so that is not very dangerous. I just thought about this, but since I'm playing with Japanese player and I'm Watari, like this is kind of a canon L-Watari relationship where L is Japanese and Watari is English. I mean, I'm actually Canadian, but I've got the queen on my money, so that counts, right? Also, I'm letting my L know that I think he is suspicious just because I've seen him stand around during the Vindicative. I'm not super suspicious just because, again, Japanese lobbies where a lot of people just don't go for it, but standing around is just kind of weird. Usually here, I would go monitor the areas around the bodies to check for suspicious people stealing IDs. But thanks to my package task, I saw that H was not moving in convenience store, so I go check it out. So we have just witnessed a shooting. Good to know that H is Mello. We're gonna let everybody know about that for sure. I was thinking of calling him out as suspicious to my L, but there's no real way to tell him here that it is actually Mello and not a Kira suspicion. So we're gonna have to wait until the meeting. I'm also assigned to the L task with Confirm Investigator, so I'm gonna just wait for him. Hopefully he shows up. Might as well pass the package to H while we wait. There's no real reason to monitor him anymore, regardless. And there's our partner. There we go. Let's get those points. There's no message available during action phase that would allow me to say that I am Watari, otherwise I would let the investigator know here. We're gonna try to finish that second L task last second, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Nope, we would have needed like an extra second. Alright, we do know that Mello killed somebody, but let's see if Kira team did. And they did not. This is kind of surprising. The Kira players are more aggressive in the Japanese lobbies, I find. Although this is usually the case with more newer player. So now that we're finally in the meeting, we're gonna make sure to let everybody know that H is Mello. Hopefully the lobby will decide to vote him if we don't have a lead, but at least it's good that everybody knows who he is. Because I want my L to avoid him as much as possible, and I want the Kira player to avoid him as much as possible, because I don't want to lose the game to Mello. And he's actually claiming to have lost his ID, so this could actually be good for us. He might reveal Kira if he's not lying, which I don't know why he would lie about it. Also, Confirm Investigator is confirming me as Investigator because we're playing with no ID still toggle. We definitely got more than close enough during the L task, and he still has his ID, so he knows for sure he can trust me. You really need to either add a display that shows whether ID still toggle is on or off during at least the meeting, or they need a way to ask or tell others what it is with in-game messages, because there's been a lot of situation where I'm playing a match and the ID still toggle is actually on, but people don't realize that because most Japanese players in the message-only lobby play with it off. So there's a lot of times where I see others like confirming that others are investigator, and I know the ID still toggle is on, but there's no way to be like, no, you can't, no, you might have toggled it off. So that's one big disadvantage. So Mello and my L already skipped already, so I'm kind of debating if I should try to push a vote on either Mello or somebody else. But I ultimately decide against it because we pretty much almost lost majority already, considering Kira and the follower are both in and are almost definitely not gonna vote for each other. Also, since Mello lost his ID, he's gonna die most likely tomorrow, which is convenient. That reduces the chance that one of the kill is gonna be used on my L tomorrow. Confirm me as investigator, so they know that I don't really have a reason to lie. Kira team knows he's Mello, so I don't see why they wouldn't just get him out of the way. We might have actually been able to vote at Mello here, because we needed 4 votes, so if I voted Mello, maybe B would have also followed, but I think this is for the best in this particular case. I'm really not a fan of skipping vote anyway, like we should have just voted up somebody else. I don't think we really had any suspicion on anybody else other than Mello though, so it's no big deal. So let's find some evidence today. Yesterday I got a bit busy with the convenience store shooting and the L task, but today we should have all the time in the world to observe everybody else's movement. I did get that room monitor task out of the way though, so I might get an actual person to monitor during night phase. Okay, Kira team using Sakura TV card. We're gonna go check out what's happening over there. Confirm investigator is here, so we're gonna rely on him to look over us while we try to block that progress. I ended up accidentally giving the dying message I picked up yesterday to D while trying to get on the body and maintain my distance, but that's no big deal. It's a useless message from the Mello kill. Okay, so A and probably D got close enough. We're gonna mark them. Oh, and now C's acting kind of sus. I think we're gonna be keeping an eye on this guy. We're gonna try not to let him take our ID if we can avoid it though. And it looks like our suspicions were correct here. Like C and D are almost guaranteed to be the Kiras. They're so obvious about trying to get in a room together. D might have been able to pick my ID, so we're just gonna change our dying message right away in case they kill us off. I'm really tempted to follow them to see exactly who's holding the notebook, but I really don't want them to actually take my ID in case they don't already have it. But my suspicion are on C being the book holder right now, just because he was the one who exited the garage after D. So right now we're just gonna follow one of them and see if we get any extra suspicious behavior. But yeah, D's not giving vibes that he's trying to go write more names before the day ends. So especially if there's been a lot of kills, I'm gonna bet on C being the book holder. I should have probably tried to let my L know that they were both sus, but the thing is that they were both aware that I was following them and they were to my right, so if I open my message menu to try to tell my L, like I wouldn't have been able to clearly see them if they suddenly tried to rush me for my ID. And just as expected, H is dead, so I was right. They did have his ID and they did want to get rid of him. Very convenient, because in case I'm wrong, we're gonna get a second chance as long as L doesn't die. So yeah, we're gonna go and pretty much hard accuse them both. It is extremely convenient that we are Watari, because that means L should believe me and support me in my accusations. There's been a lot of times where I have like 95% like confidence that I know who Kira is, but I don't have any way to convey how sure I am that I am accusing the right person, and the lobby doesn't vote them because I'm a normal investigator, so having L on our side is gonna be extremely convenient. Unfortunately for us, he's not using his meeting guidance to support me. Hopefully he's at least gonna vote with me. So I just keep calling both of them as suspicious and saying C as the death note. D's accusing me of lying. He's also accusing me of being the Kira follower. But my L says he thinks they are suspicious, so thank you for the help. I would prefer if you use your meeting guidance to say that, because it has more weight. But I'm not gonna complain. We only need one extra vote. I mean, my L hasn't voted yet, but I expect he will, because he did say that he's supporting me with the suspicions. He's also calling out suspicion on B though, but hopefully he doesn't fall for that. Got a bit scared because B voted for D, but Confirm Invest is voting with me. Very convenient. I just need L to follow suit, and we should have this in the back. Okay, he actually did. Okay, we won. I wasn't sure who exactly was the book holder before. It could have still been D, but with D voting for Confirm Invest, that is just obvious follower behavior, appearing sus to save their Kira, so I am pretty much convinced I had the right choice. Well, let's find out, shall we? Yep, right on the money. Kira is no more. Yeah, so take note, like when you see two people moving like that, it's just very obvious that they're like both the Kiras that are trying to pass book or IDs. This is very avoidable if you use the in-game message through the transceiver. You can tell your partner to go meet you in a specific room, or just go in a secluded spot and tell them to come to you. Now that I think about it, using the person who killed Watari as a skin while playing Watari might not be in good taste. But let's redeem Ram here, shall we? Oh, we are in the same starting room as our L. Very good. No spawn kill, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Indicating's on the other side of the map. Amazing. And we do get a reveal investigator. Another side effect of a lot of Japanese lobbies, mostly avoiding it, is that it's getting blocked far more often than in US lobbies, so you're really not guaranteed to get a confirm invest. My L is kind of making a mistake here by just camping inside secluded room to check his scams. This is something that can lead Mello to shooting you, or Kira to just kill you. Because really, when you catch somebody motionless in one of these rooms, they're either Kira trying to write names or L checking cam. So if it's a Kira player who sees you doing that, you're kind of cooked. So here I'm making a mental note, ABF we're together, so if there's any of these that are claiming their ID's gone, I'm gonna know whose is the likely culprits. My L's just still camping these rooms to check cams. That's just dangerous. It's not really that big of a deal in the Japanese lobby, but I definitely would not recommend it. There's so many games that I probably lost just because I'm playing with an L that does that when I'm on an investigator team, and I just end up suspecting him and wasting a bunch of time following him. Okay, is asking to surveil me. I will decline. If he keeps following me after that, I will definitely put him on top of my suspect list. Unfortunately for me here, there's so many people coming from all the direction that I kind of have no choice but to let him take it here, because otherwise I'm just gonna get close to a whole bunch of other people. But we just happened to witness a shooting right in the middle of the street. So yeah, let's just keep following A for now. He's probably gonna try to pass that ID if he's indeed follower, which I think he is, because it kind of looks like he's trying to get in a room with D. Plus, we just heard somebody get isekai by a truck coon. There was already a truck kill earlier, so they wasted their 2 kills here. And I just caught D with the book out while A's passing him the ID. Yeah, they are cooked. Oh, never mind, I remembered it wrong, and they still had 1 more kill, but now they don't have another one, because yeah, we heard truck coon go again here. I have absolutely nothing to fear. They cannot kill me. Just gotta make sure they don't pass the book again. He just gave me one of the dying messages. Not sure why he did that. I think he might have been trying to pass another ID to D. Oh, awesome. They got rid of Mello. That just increases the chance that we're gonna be able to get the vote going on the book holder. Would you look at that? A can wait to finish the L task before getting rid of B. That is suspicious. Well, I guess it's D who got rid of him, but I'm guessing it's A who went and got B's ID and gave it to D before finishing his task. Alright, it's time to hard accuse these fellas. We're just gonna have to hope that L supports us and that the lobby is not too bad. You never know. So we're just gonna start off right off the bat, say I got testimony on Kira. D is Kira. A is Kira follower. L using meeting guidance to say listen to me. Amazing. I'm just straight up voting for D and calling him out as Kira again. D as the death note. Alright, L already voting. Perfect. I'd prefer if he just said D is suspicious, but that's a good start. He's trying to accuse me of using the death note. I mean, I can't blame him. He's gotta try to find a way out of this. L saying he wants to hear from D. That's not too good, but nobody's early voting too much, so I think we're gonna be fine. Although we do need like every investigator except one to get the vote going. Alright, perfect. That's what I needed. Might as well call out their roles once more. Might as well call out Mello too, just to show that I knew everything. And there we go. This is our victory. Alright, yeah, that's what I like to see. All the investigator voting together. No early voting. I mean, I technically early voted, but like I had 100% guaranteed that I knew the book holder. Al also technically voted early, but he knows he can trust me, obviously. So the other investigator played it well. They just waited, made sure that L would confirm the vote, that nobody else had conflicting info. I mean, A tried to lie and say I was the book holder, but I got ahead of him and clearly stated my case before he could start mounting his defense. So we get to see that death note with our own hand and send that false god to jail. Watari W, baby. Good game. We got a few matches where people were playing pretty good for the most part, but I can't quite say the same for this match. Get ready for this train wreck, baby. Let's do this. Starting off with a paper task. We're gonna try not to let anybody get close. Lobby speed is pretty high. I'm not a huge fan of that. If you gotta put more speed, you at least gotta put more tasks during the day, because otherwise it just gets done almost instantly. And it just gets much harder for Kira team to do stuff without getting walked on, especially with people going that fast. Now my L is kind of using his transceiver. It's not saying anything. Not that I would understand even if he did, because he almost definitely speaks Japanese. Investigative spawns close, not ideal, but I think there's... Yep, somebody was there. H is our confirm invest. Paper task done, very nice. I don't really have any suspicion on anybody so far, but it's also much harder to properly keep track of people's movement with that speed. Okay, he just got close to L. Not a big fan of that. But he's also not giving the vibe of somebody who just took an ID. A guy with the base skin like that, I feel he would either leave, trying to go write the name, or try to go past the ID to his Kira. Seems like our L's is not being careful about his ID, so we're just gonna have to hope he doesn't get killed by Kira team. I'm just gonna try to keep track of who's going where. Okay, C, definitely sus. He might have took the IDs of people over there. Let's check who it was. H and F. I kind of want to check classroom, but I think I'll add more towards where my L is going, in case somebody went to steal his ID. Nobody hiding down here. He's the only one I know for sure who got close, so I guess we'll just follow him for now. If H, F, or C got their IDs missing, I'm gonna know that one of them is a culprit. Probably C, but C almost definitely doesn't have the book, because I saw NPC drop like right as he exited bathroom. I don't think he wrote a name in there. I tried to get close to him last second, so I would know for sure if he's Kira, if he stole my ID, but I don't think we managed to stay close enough, long enough. Alright, we still have our ID, let's see what the others say. Okay, F is missing his ID. Oh, also H. Okay, C said he's stolen like right after. He's the last one who said his ID was missing, so he's the most sus. But he did kind of say it kind of quickly. I also don't think he has the book, so let's see. B is also missing his ID. Who could be the Kira? So C is getting called out, but me and L also. L's getting called out again. Not a big fan of that. But my L isn't saying his ID got stolen, so that would mean E is guaranteed investigator. But E's calling him out as suspicious. This could be bad. I need to defend him now. Okay, what's the best way to do this? I think, yeah, I'll call him out as getting close to me and I still have my ID. Oh, damn, my L early voting for E. This could be bad. I'll just quickly call him out as an investigator. Damn, E's just straight up calling him Kira. I'll just say he got close and say he's investigator again. Please just use meeting guidance to sus somebody, anybody but you. There we go. I clarified why I'm clearing him. Hopefully they don't just quick vote and L uses his guidance to save himself. F still suspicious. Seems like he thinks like I'm trying to protect my Kira. Can't exactly blame him. Worse is I know E is not evil because otherwise my L would have lost his ID. Oh no, don't do this, don't do this. I'll just quickly vote for E, try to reverse the tide. No, please don't vote for E or we're cooked. Okay, we're cooked. We're just freaking cooked. Damn it, I tried to save him. He should have just used his meeting guidance. My only hope is being able to figure out who Kira is right away and like following him, like pressure him to not take out his book or to at least waste a kill on me, reduce the chance he goes for L. I honestly expect to lose a couple seconds into the day here, but there might be hope. For all the mistake my L made, at least he did not give any indication that he was a L. Like, and by going close to so many people and being accused, they might just decide to go for other targets. I guess for now I'll try to stay close to cafe and bookstore because a lot of Kira likes to go there to write names, so maybe if I stay there for a bit, I'll reduce the chance they go write his name right away. Let them get the chance to get more IDs, more possible targets. The day is more than half over and he's still not dead, so that's something. Also, pretty sure I figured out who they are. It's B and C. C just straight up leaving that room while B was camping it. Didn't catch him with the book out, but I think he's the Kira. But I know they had a bunch of other IDs and I haven't seen most other player for a while now. Did they already waste their 2 kills? Just went back in there and C's heading straight for him again. Yeah, he's gotta have the book and C's follower. I haven't caught him with the book out. I need to try to make sure, so I'm trying to bait them. Oh, yes. Okay, I was right, but now it's C. Okay, I think we're good. I'm actually gonna salvage this match. My guess on their identity was right, but with the ID already gone from L, I would not have gotten a second chance, almost guaranteed, so I could not afford to get it wrong, so I'm glad to know for sure. Let's see who they actually went for. Okay, E kind of makes sense, but H, that's a misplay. Especially since they framed D and we're not planning to kill him, there's no real reason to waste a kill on someone who's definitely not the L. Okay, there's 6 of us. Pretty sure there's no Mello, so we just need 1 person who votes with us. Gonna go right away with the I've got testimony on Kira and saying B gave C the death note, C is Kira, B is Kira follower. Please freaking vote for C. My L voted with me, obviously, but if they still think... Oh, okay, never mind. A voted with us. Let's go. We got it. That's all we need. Even if all three of them vote for my L or anybody else, L's gonna be the tiebreaker, so we got it. Also, F is speaking a bit here. If anybody speaks Japanese, you can let me know down in the comments below what he's saying.
別に美味しくはなかったけど、まずくはなかったよ。
This does not happen very often in the message-only lobby, but once in a while there's somebody who will say a few words. I haven't really seen anybody who completely ignores the message-only setting and stops communicating with message and keeps talking or whatever, but sometimes there's some of them who just open their mic, just talk a little bit. Obviously, I do not know why, as I do not understand the language. But yeah, that was kind of a train wreck of a game, but we somehow clutched it. All the investigators ended up voting for the cure, actually. I was expecting at least one of them to not believe us again, because the L, it wasn't using meeting guidance. But yeah, that was the last match of today's video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, especially for the new role and the new 3D perspective mode that they're going to release. Make sure to like and subscribe, join the Discord, all that good stuff, and I'll see you all next time.